Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing something a little different than my usual nail art video. I'm going to show you how to make a thumb brace, a ring thumb brace. And the reason I'm making this is because I have mentioned in some of my past videos that I am hypermobile, which means I'm a little bit double jointed, a little extra bendy where I'm not supposed to be. And the place that's really causing me the most problem currently is my left thumb, because when I'm holding a client's finger, this left thumb, the first joint bends back too far, and it's getting to be a little bit hyperextended and a little bit sore and irritated. So I needed to make a brace that would hold it straight, or at least straighter. And I bought one off of Amazon, and you'll see the little video of that one, and I'll kind of describe why that one's not working and what I did to make one that is working. So I hope you guys like this, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So here's my thumb, and I'll show you. So this is just bends right back. It's like a 90-degree angle that my thumb bends back, which really freaks out my husband because, you know, he finds that stuff to be kind of gross. But anywho, we've got this thumb brace that I bought off of Amazon. I'm going to slip it onto my thumb. It only goes one way because it's a little bit tapered. And you can see it goes over my cuticle, and it really, really irritates my cuticle. It's just a little too long for me. So I thought, you know, I'm going to make myself one, and I'm going to make it so instead of being that circle on the top going all the way around, it's more of a, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a chop, a little bite off the top. We're just going to see how that works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to make the shape of this. So I'm going to take some masking tape. I'm going to rip off a section of masking tape, and I'm going to wrap it around my thumb. I'm going to try to just do one layer of masking tape around my whole thumb so I don't build up too much bulk. However, my thumb brace, after I tried to put it back on, still didn't fit because that masking tape did just create too much extra stuff around my thumb. But I'm just going to hold this little brace next to my thumb and kind of get some guidelines. And I'm going to draw the shape that I want my new thumb brace to be. And the masking tape, as a bonus, is holding my thumb straight at the moment. So that's also giving me a nice, this is the shape my thumb needs to be. This is the shape I'm drawing my template. I'm going to kind of just draw around the shape I think I'm going to want it. You know, it's a guide. This is just kind of your first sketch. As long as it looks good after this point, you can cut it off. Don't rip the masking tape off. Gently cut it off. So you're just going to slide a little manicure scissors right underneath the tape, almost like you are personalizing a nail form. Peel that off, and then you're going to cut out the shape that you decided on. If the first template you draw, you look at, you're like, yeah, that just doesn't look quite right, do another one. Because this is also a little bit big, because it is a template that was around my thumb, I'm also going to cut off just a little bit of that bottom bar that was straight across that goes underneath my thumb. And I'm going to make it a little smaller. And I'm going to make sure that it fits inside the thumb brace, because that's the size that we want it. We want it to fit just barely inside the thumb brace. So once you have the size of it and you pretty much know how big you need to make this, it's a guess. This is your first guess. So you're going to make one and possibly then need to make another one. Put the thumb brace that fits. I'm going to put that on top of my nail form or my ring sizer. And then I'm going to find where that makes it for my masking tape, and I'm going to wrap that around. It did not even close. So I'm going to move it up a little smaller, and I'm going to try this again, make sure that it kind of closes, and I'm going to move it up again. I'm going to keep doing this just because I know that the ring that I sculpt is going to end up being bigger, because it's going to have the nail form wrapped around it, and it's also on top of this masking tape, and that teeny tiny little impossible to see thickness that you're adding onto this over and over again is going to make the ring bigger and bigger. So you want to make it a little smaller. Wrap the nail form backing around your ring sizer as snug as possible, taping it down so it doesn't go anywhere. Get it as tight as you possibly can. Really press that tape on so it's not going to let go of the nail form backing. The hard part with a nail form backing like this is it's so slippery that the tape doesn't necessarily want to stick to it either. Once it's on there, it seems nice and tight, go ahead and start sculpting your brace over the top of the little drawing that you should hopefully still be able to see through your nail form backing. As you're sculpting this, I decided I was going to not do too much art on this. This is not necessarily for art purposes. It's more just for function and for just the safety of it, I guess. And because I'm going to use it I'm going to wear it while I'm doing my client's nails, I didn't want it to be something where if I nicked it with my e-file, I would erase the color. So I didn't want the color to be on the surface of the little thumb brace. I wanted it to be underneath the layers of clear acrylic and top coats and stuff, so that it was not where a little bump of an e-file is going to erase all my color. So instead of painting it, sculpting the brace with clear and then painting with whatever color I'm going to sculpt it to start with the color, which for me, I figured kind of a generic, doesn't matter, go with anything color. It was a holographic silver glitter, which is a gorgeous color, by the way. Looks so pretty. The video does not do it justice. It is so sparkly. I'm just going to go through, like I said, and kind of go over that little template that I drew. I am going to try to make it as perfect as possible, but keep in mind, I will probably end up adjusting it later. I'm well aware of the fact that I can file it. So if it's not perfect, that's okay. I'm just trying to get it good enough at this point to kind of get an idea if this is the right size, the right shape. So I've got those little kind of points going up that'll go right kind of on the side of my thumbnail, and then the little outline right behind where my cuticle is. It's kind of the goal for where I think I want this to sit. And then after I have that, I've got it kind of going over the whole thing. It's very thin. I'm not doing too much of this glitter where it builds up much bulk. I'm going to go over the entire thing again with clear acrylic this time. So once the silver is pretty even and smooth across the whole thing, I'm going to add a second layer over the top of the entire thumb brace with clear acrylic. The clear acrylic is the strength. And because this is something that I expect to be, I get a lot of wear and tear. I'm going to wear it whenever that thumb joint starts to feel a little bit aggravated with my clients. Not with my clients. Yeah, my thumb is mad at you. No, once it starts to just feel a little bit irritated, a little bit tender, I am going to put this on. I hope it's not something I have to wear every single day for every single client, but that may end up being the reality. And because of that expected use I'm going to get out of this, that clear acrylic is the strength. And it's really important to make sure that this is going to be nice and strong and durable so that it can last and it can hopefully help me out a little bit. So I'm going to remove it now because it is all cured. It's all set. It's crispy. I'm going to peel off that extra tape that's all the way around this. It gets so stuck to that nail sizer. Or ring sizer, and I'm going to slide the ring off of it, remove the tape that's inside the ring as well, because some of it stayed inside there. And I'm going to put it on. I'm going to see how it fits. It actually fit really well right out of the gate, which I was amazed by. If it were too small, what you would do is you take your e-file and you would file out on the inside. And if it were way too big, you would take acrylic and add just a thin layer to the inside until you got it down to where it fit. But luckily, mine fit from the beginning. I'm going to take my e-file and I'm going to smooth this out. I'm going to smooth out the edges, the outside shape of it. I'm going to smooth out the shape around. I'm just going to file the entire thing just like if you were filing a set of nails. Make sure everything is smooth, even. It's one of those things where, again, comfort to me and functionality is more important at this point than beauty. So I'm just going to really make sure that I get this so that it doesn't have any rough spots, any scratchy areas. I want this to be very comfortable, very smooth, very easy to wear on a regular basis. I don't want there to be anything that's going to rub and give me blisters, which was the problem that I had from the one that I had purchased from Amazon, is that it did give me kind of a blister right at the base of my finger. So now, after I've got it filed for the most part, again, to get rid of any risk of scratchiness, I'm going to take a buffer block and I'm going to buff this thing until it is smooth as silk. So just keep buffing it and buffing it. Once you don't feel anything, like run your fingers all the way over it. You want to make sure that there is nothing sharp on this at all. Then finish it with a layer of gel sealer. Make sure it's shiny. Do use gel sealer on something like this instead of gel top coat because it'll further protect it. Gel sealer is a form of hard gel, which means it's not acetone soluble. It will not dissolve in acetone. It is a little bit more durable. It's a little bit more it works a little harder. So if you have the opportunity to use gel sealer, go for that. And then after you cure it, that's it. It's all done. You can try it out and wear it. I hope this helps somebody because I would have loved to see this video before I bought the ones off of Amazon because I would have made one for myself from the beginning, but I didn't. So here we are. I'll see you all next time. Bye.